Hey, Fight fans, it's Maddie Levine. Welcome to Fight Bananas. And today we have a very special guest. He had quite the week last week when he secured a contract with the PFL Challenger Series, and he's here with us today. Elvin, congratulations and welcome to Fight Bananas.
Thank you for having me, and thank you.
Absolutely. You must be on cloud nine right now. Congratulations on winning that contract in amazing fashion, if I might add. What I want to know is who was the first person you called after you won?
Luckily, I mean, everybody that's like important to me came to my fight. My parents, my wife, my friends, they all were there, so I got to see them right after the fight, and then I had a lot of family and friends watching it all over, like Florida and Nicaragua. So
Yeah.
I,
I heard so my good friend Dave Van Auken of Fight Bananas was there, and he just kept saying how loud the crowd was for you. Is that
yeah,
something that really motivates you?
yeah, no, it's because in my amateur career, I always sold a lot of tickets, and even in the beginning of my pro career, so every time I hear they chant my name, it just like pumps me up, and it turns me more into a dog because every time I did something, I'll hit them, they'll go crazy, or I take a crazy takedown, it just makes it more intense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes it more fun for sure.
And it was like you were fighting in, like your backyard because you're
Yeah.
Miami, you were in Florida. That's so great. What I also want to know is what does a Bud Light shower feel like? Because you got hosed, my man.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect that. I thought we were all gonna do like the Stone Cold, but no, they just showered me. I didn't even get to taste it.
Did you at least get to have a beer afterwards?
I had donuts after, that's for sure.
Okay. You know what? I'll take the donuts. That is just as good. So you were the only finish for week 4, which is a huge accomplishment. Your coach, the celebrity panel was super impressed with you. Tyrone Woodley saying that you would not be denied. You had Vitor Belfort saying how you deserve it. How does it feel to get recognition like that?
No, it's awesome, especially like from two UFC champions that I looked up to and watched. It's it's surreal hearing them say that about me and like giving me props for all the hard work I've done and I never thought I would ever hear that from somebody like them.
Right. If you were to give yourself a grade for your performance, what grade would you give it?
I think a B
Be
minus,
honest. Be
B
honest.
minus, like
A
a
B
B minus, B
minus.
minus.
Okay, I'd love
Yeah.
to hear why.
Um, No, there's like little errors I did like in the grappling that I don't know why I did it. Like I kept trying to step over the mount instead of like getting a knee on belly or little things like he kept getting up on me. Like he's someone I felt like he should have not gotten up on me like from the first try.
Mm.
So that's why. Other than that, I was able to outstrike him. He's the striker, so but other than that, yeah, just more of my grappling, little mistakes that I felt like I shouldn't have done.
Grappling and I'm assuming jujitsu are something that you really seem to go for. I mean, you have a bunch of rear naked choke finishes under your belt. Is that something that you constantly look for in your fights, or at this point you just seem to find it?
I seem yeah, it just happens because I always want to go for the TKO, but usually like I had when I with the mirror I had wrist control and I was trying to get the ground and pound
Mhm.
and the only way he can get up is to give up his neck and usually that's what happens in all my fights. I'll be ground and pounding and then just give it up. But I have so many other submissions that if it has to come into it, it'll happen. I got leg locks, I got Kimuras, triangles, everything.
Well, luckily you did get a chance now to go for that $1 million. You are under the PFL banner now. What do you hope to show moving forward in 2023 for maybe some new fans or your old fans as well?
Just I want to show that I'm still growing and I'm still getting better. Uh, I've been working a lot on my striking, so I was able to show that, this fight. But I'm only gonna get better from here.
Yeah. And I mean, $1 million, that sounds pretty awesome.
No, it's
If you
for
could
sure.
get that $1 million purse, what would that mean to you? And what is the first thing you're buying?
Man, the $1 million would mean a lot to me because right now, I do want to have a family within a year or two. I just got my first apartment last year, so I just want to be financially stable. Eventually, get a house. Um, I have a luxury car company, so I don't need to get luxury. I don't need to buy a luxury car because I always get like a Lambo or whatever whenever ever I win my fights. They used to give me one for like the weekend. So
Casual, casual.
yeah. Like for when I won when I won my fight in New York, they picked me up in a Lamborghini Urus. So I don't need to buy a Lambo. I don't need to buy cars because I got that sponsorship. But
That's
no,
sick.
yeah, I want to buy a house or an apartment, to like either live in or to rent it out, make like business moves. I want to open a gym in the future too. So
A man with
I got a
goals.
lot
I
of
like
plans.
that. A
Yeah,
man with
yeah.
goals for sure. So now that you're in the lightweight division, do you have your eye on anybody that you hope to fight in the cage this year, or maybe you have plans for moving forward?
I mean, I don't know if Pettis is still in it in the PFL, but that's someone I've always wanted to fight. That's like growing up, I used to watch him fight and all his training videos and motivational, and it's cool to be eventually fight my idol. Like your what is it when your idol is your rival,
Yes.
type of thing. Yeah, so
Idols become your
that'd be
rivals.
yeah. So that's like one person I would want to fight. But man, even Jeremy Stevens if he was in it still. But those type of names would be cool to fight.
Yeah. And let's go back to the grade that you gave yourself. So you gave yourself a B minus. So let's move forward here. And what is something you hope to show your future fans to get yourself that A plus grade?
No mistakes. Go in there and be like very efficient and just make it look like it's an easy day for me when I'm in there. Even though all my friends said that I made it look easy, but I'm very hard on myself. Like I know I could always be better,
Mm.
and that's what helps me. Like train hard in the gym, because I'm very hard on myself. So even if I have a good day of training, I'm like I should have done better. I should have not got out wrestled or out striked in practice.
And where are you training these days?
I train at Killcliff.
And how's that going? How long have you been there?
I started training there last year in January, so it's been good. I'm going against like Gilbert Burns and man like Tofik from
Yeah.
Bellator. It's a lot of names in there.
Yeah,
Too
and
many to remember.
a lot of incredible coaches. Do you feel like that has elevated your game?
Yeah, it has. It has. Being around those people, being around all like the level, the high caliber level that people are there, and the coaching is it's great. They push me for sure. That's one thing. And then I do have other coaches that I train with too, like Daniel Perez. I learned jujitsu from him. I have like my still my same coaches that I
Mhm.
started with, but that's where I go and I do like the hard training with all these high level guys.
Sounds like a pretty sweet setup. And being in
Yeah.
Florida, not too shabby. So when you're not in the gym, what is Elvin up to? What do you like to do?
I still work, I still work full time. So I train early in the morning, train like 6 in the morning. I do strength and conditioning, and then I go to MMA training, and then after that, I go to work. And if I have time or I'm not tired, I'll go train again. But other than that, every day I'm working and teaching privates or classes or doing something. But other than that, so after my fight, I went to Disney World. So I have an annual pass, so I'm always going to Disney.
Nice. That's awesome. So what do you do for a job? Is it just like privates and stuff like that?
Yeah, I used to work in the hospital, but after like my second PFL fight, then I stopped working there. So I can, but
See you later.
yeah, I was like out. So now I just teach privates. Like I help coach like a couple of amateurs. So I coach on the side too.
Very
Like the
nice.
week before my fight, I was cornering three of my fighters, and then while I was cutting weight, so they all won, thank God, and then I got to finish it off with win too.
That's a solid week. Solid couple
Yeah,
weeks for you guys.
yeah.
I love that. How's the food in Miami? I'm curious. I mean, I'm hoping that you celebrated a little bit after this fight.
No, yeah. I got pretty heavy right now. But no, yeah, food here is great because there's like a little bit of everything. There's like Asian food, Mexican food, Cuban food. Yeah, it's crazy here. Here you can eat anything here.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be going to Florida soon. What is like one of the spots that a tourist, if you will, must try when they go to your neck of the woods?
Man, there's a lot, bro. It depends if you like Cuban food.
Okay.
You got to
So
try Cuban
I
food
guess
for
I'll
sure.
narrow it down for you. I really like tacos. I
Okay.
like Italian food.
So, man, here there's a lot of tacos places. Well, I live in Kendall.
Okay.
So there's a lot of Kendall food trucks like Bria tacos, steak tacos. Here, so they have a lot to choose from, and they're all pretty good. They're all pretty good here. But Italian, man, there's a in Kendall. There's one called Amici's, which is
Okay.
pretty fire. It's like
Okay.
all Italian food from there, and then man, there's a lot. I can't really, and I can't pronounce the names because they're Italian.
I forgive you. I forgive you. So, how long have you been in Florida now?
I've lived here my whole life.
Oh, okay, great. Because I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you mentioned family that wasn't in Florida. So, do you have a
Oh,
lot of family
yeah,
outside of
Nicaragua.
Florida?
Well, I have family everywhere. I have family like in Atlanta, in Canada, and in California. I have family like all over the world. I have family in Ecuador. So they're all from Nicaragua, but they're all like just spread out everywhere.
Right. And
But
how do they
yeah, like
feel about your accomplishment last week?
some flew in from Nicaragua to watch.
Oh,
They
that's
came to
so cool.
Orlando. Yeah, they flew in. They're all watching. They all like called me after, like, "Oh, we were all voting for you." So no, all my family supports me for
I
sure.
love that. Did you get a chance to speak with your new boss after your performance? Ray Sefo,
Yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
you get to pick his brain at all, or did he give you any words of wisdom?
No, yeah, he said, I was looking great, and he decided to have me on the signed up, and he can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens either. I mean, incredible performance, the only finish of the night for week 4. Did you get a chance to watch any of the other fights that night?
Yeah, because two of them were my friends, Charlie and Antonio. So
Okay.
when I was in the back, I was watching their fights, and then when the third fight, I couldn't really watch because I was warming up for my fight. But the first two, I was um, Charlie won. I got scared in the beginning when he got hit in the first couple 5 seconds, but he was able to pull it through. And then Antonio had a hard fight. So that was hard to see,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know,
Well, at
but
least
yeah,
it was your night that night, so
yeah.
congratulations.
No,
And
thank you.
not only did you get the celeb panel vote, but you also got the fan vote. So, how does it feel to resonate with your new fan base?
It's awesome. Like I'm glad everybody knows they were able to vote for me, and I just hope I can keep growing in the show and then get a bigger fan base. That's how you make business. I got to build my brand and be able to promote myself.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job, my friend. Congratulations on securing that spot in the PFL, and I look forward to seeing you in the cage again.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was great. The
Awesome.
connection was perfect too. I'm glad you got the Wi-Fi.
Thank you. Thank you. That's not. Yeah, I asked my coach. I'm like, oh, can I get the Wi-Fi? He said, yeah.
He's like,
But
all right, fine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
awesome. This was great. Thank you so much. I'm going to send this over to Dave. I'm sure it'll be up pretty soon. So just keep an eye
All
out
right.
for it.
Awesome. No, thank you for having me.
Thanks, Elvin. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.